How's everyone doing? Chris here again. You join me today in a very sunny and quite warm Dundee, where I'm currently sitting outside a shop waiting on the wife, so not a lot's changed in my life this week. Weight loss wise, I've only lost £1 this week, and can't say I'm not disappointed by that. I'm extremely disappointed in that. I've gone over my weight loss diaries, my food diaries, and I don't see a real increase in my calorie consumption. Obviously, having lost £1, I'm still at least 500 under a day, under my total daily energy expenditure number a day. But I feel like I was probably less, so I was aiming for between 2 and 3, maybe £4 a week, so a little bit disappointed. As I say, who knows why? The scales can be very fickle sometimes, and it could just be holding water, so I'm not going to worry about it too much. Anyway, the topic of this week's video is how to make your weight loss journey sustainable. Now, I did have a little wobble this week. The wife and I, been married 19 years, so we're, as every married couple, you have arguments now and again. We'd had an argument start of the week sometime, can't remember exactly when, or even what it was actually about, such is life. We had an argument for 5 minutes of it, and I instantly felt like going and eating junk food. I didn't, as I say, we'll get to that in a minute, but I hadn't had that feeling in quite some time, certainly since I started this journey 3 or 4 months ago. Hadn't had that compelling feeling pardon me, to go out and deliberately fill myself with high calorie, high satisfaction foods. Now, that was obviously an emotional response. We had an argument only for a few minutes, and fortunately that's why I didn't go out and do it, because when the argument was over, your brain comes back to normal and you think, oh, no, what am I doing, you know? And I think that is the key to how to make weight loss sustainable. It's discipline. It's that self-discipline of asking yourself question yourself about every little thing that you put in your mouth, except for perhaps water, as to whether or not you need it, why you're having it, and is it going to affect your daily allowance of calories, as it were. Now, that's, as I said in previous videos, I'm not a big believer in that, you know, we should all be eating salads all the time, or, you know, we should only ever eat low-fat foods and stuff. You know, you should, your macronutrients, your fat, your carbohydrate, your protein, they should all be in balance, and you shouldn't have too little of one or too much of another. So you shouldn't, I personally don't, and I don't think anyone else should, you shouldn't, I don't think, restrict yourself from certain food types. Because I think when you start doing that, and the one caveat to that, of course, as I've mentioned previous, is I do restrict myself from liquid calories, soda pops and Cokes and Fantas, things like that. But I think when it comes to general food types, you shouldn't really restrict yourself, because you make your life harder, and the harder your diet makes your life, the less likely you are to stick to it. So if you're but these food types, all food types, are perfectly sustainable in a weight loss journey, as long as you are questioning every mouthful that you put in your mouth. Now, I'm not suggesting you write out a questionnaire and fill it out for 5 minutes before every meal. But if you just take a moment to think, why do I want this food? Do I need this food? If I eat this food, will it ruin the rest of the day? For instance, you know, if I have this hamburger now, am I going to not be able to eat tonight? Am I going to be struggling for, you know, am I going to be hungry all night? And if you can justify to yourself these points, then I think you'll be okay. You can eat it and you'll be okay, because you've justified, do you need the food? Do you want the food? is the food going to ruin the rest of your day? Even if it is going to ruin the rest of the day, do you consider it worth it? You know, some of us, I generally only eat once or twice a day myself, you know. So for instance, if you were, say, at a family barbecue, and sorry, my throat is really sore today, and say you're sitting there, everyone's having a barbecue, everyone's having a great time, and you think, well, I'd like to have that cheeseburger, but that's going to use up the rest of my calories for today. You might think, well, that's fine. I'll have the cheeseburger, I'll enjoy myself with my friends and family, and then when I go home tonight, I'll not need the food, so, you know, I'll just have a couple of glasses of water to fill the stomach a little bit, and I'll be fine, you know. Whereas you might think, in your own little quick question of yourself, no, I really want to have my meal tonight, I don't want to go to bed hungry, so I'll abstain from having that burger just now, and I'll choose to eat later. And I think as long as you have the discipline to ask yourself these questions and to justify to yourself, because at the end of the day, that's the only person you have to justify anything to, is yourself. Forget everyone else. Well, if you can justify it to yourself, then go for it. If you can't justify it to yourself, then you've got to have the self-discipline to turn yourself down, to say no to yourself, to resist the temptation. And I think if you can stick to that, very simple rule, very simple way of life, I think the diet should be sustainable. I hope it is, because that's what I'm doing, and if it's not sustainable, I'm going to suffer as much as anyone else I give advice to. Anyway guys, it's getting a bit hot here, so I'm going to turn the car back on and get some proper air conditioning, open the window, and I'll see you all the next one. Have a good time. Cheers, bye.